voices shouting through the night. Static hum that shakes the ground. Rift Nation rising loud, profound. Feel the fire, feel the fight. We're the shadows in the night. Crashing waves, we take the stage. Unleash the fury, turn the page. Steel strings scream the truth we bring. Echo midnight tide, where shadows whisper, darkness hides. We're diving deep into the unknown, on a journey you're not alone. From haunted halls to specters lost, we'll guide you through the eerie frost, with tales that chill and spirits roam. A freaking awesome paranormal show. Ghostly whispers, ancient tomes, mysteries in haunted homes. Brace yourselves, it's time to go. The freaking awesome paranormal show. The freaking awesome paranormal show. Ghostly whispers, ancient tomes, mysteries in haunted homes. Brace yourselves, it's time to go. The freaking awesome paranormal show. The freaking awesome paranormal show. Welcome to the midnight tide, where shadows whisper, darkness hides. We're diving deep into the unknown, on a journey you're not alone. From haunted halls to specters lost, we'll guide you through the eerie frost, with tales that chill and spirits roam. The freaking awesome paranormal show. Ghostly whispers, ancient tomes, mysteries in haunted homes. Brace yourselves, it's time to go. The freaking awesome paranormal show. The freaking awesome paranormal show. Ghostly whispers, ancient tomes, mysteries in haunted homes. Brace yourselves, it's time to go. The freaking awesome paranormal show.
The engine is still stopped.
For launch, GC, go. Guidance, go. Fido, go. Prop, go. GNC, go. Max,
Go.
Eagle, go. Ecom.
Go pending final steps to cabin link check.
3, 2, 1.
Is there anyone here that would like to communicate with us? Can you give us a sign?
Welcome to the Rift Nation Network, the RNN, putting a slide in your glide and a dip in your hip. Welcome to the mothership, the home of the travelers of the universe. With shows throughout the week, you can find us at Instagram, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, and more. Everything you could want, everything you can need right here, right now. From the paranormal to the supernatural, from comedy to the spiritual. And now, your featured show. Shall we begin?
It's showtime, folks!
Podcast may contain material that some listeners may find sensitive, offensive, or disturbing. We strive to create respectful and informative content, but topics discussed may include mature themes such as violence, explicit language, or controversial subjects, triggering content including discussions related to mental health, trauma, or other sensitive issues, explicit language. Occasionally, our guests or hosts may use strong language. While we aim to handle these topics with care and empathy, we encourage listeners to exercise discretion. If you find any content distressing, consider skipping or seeking support. Remember that this podcast is not a substitute for professional advice. If you need assistance, please consult a qualified expert.
What is up, all you freaks out there? This is Ryan.
This is Rhonda.
We're just going to get right into it. That's Dennis. And we are ready to rock. You know what? I am going to let Dennis take the floor because we have some stuff coming up at the cabin.
Yes.
I'll let the man tell you about what's happening at the cabin.
I'm muted.
You're
No,
not
fine.
now.
Oh,
Good now.
okay. My thing was telling me I was still muted, and I'm like, I don't know how to mute this sumbitch.
Oh. I don't know how to unmute you if you're muted because I didn't put you on.
Come here and fix it, Ryan. No, just kidding.
Right there. Hang on.
Look, I got that great big thing. And
nice.
what I found out is if I'm trying to be a smartass and I want to get right up and I want to go, this is the Freakin Awesome Paranormal Show. If you touch
Mine does too.
Yeah, Dennis,
it's dead.
Ryan's does too. Ryan will just, I'm like, Ryan, you touched it again. Stop
I'll
it.
sit there and I'll be talking,
Touching it.
saying all this profound stuff and it's all muted so nobody knows what I'm saying.
You said it. And you know what you said.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, that's
And
the
I feel
important
bad
part,
that they
right?
missed it, but nothing
It's
I
like,
can do
folks, you
about
really should have been there. It was a fantastic talk. I had it with myself and I loved it.
it. Yeah, I am so smart. So I keep telling myself.
I keep telling me too, and my therapist keeps telling me, just keep thinking positive, big boy. You're doing good.
We need to send Dennis some prayers and healing vibe because he went and fell off a roof and broke his ankle.
Well, I didn't just break my ankle. That's the minor and small, mild part of it. Hang on a minute. I'm about to screw myself up. Where's the menu? There we go. All right. So now I have chat open. I can see what folks are saying on there. Like, hi, Sharon. See, I can do this. I know what I'm doing. But what I did do, I fell off the roof. I was helping a buddy fix his vertical or horizontal slats for the chimney stack going off his garage. And gravity bit me in the ass, shot me down the roof like a greased pig coming out of the chute for the pig races. And then Mother Earth stopped my fall after about 14 feet. So I broke the heel completely separate from my foot, and I crushed the bone in my ankle. So, yay me. I'm looking at about 3 months downtime.
I remember you were doing something at the cabin where you were hanging out the window, and I'm thinking, oh my God, he's going to fall out the window and like break his neck, and I'm be the only one here. So I'm not surprised that you fell off a roof at all.
Yeah, well, things got to get done. And from time to time, gravity makes them a little bit harder than they need to be.
Yeah, sometimes you need to be reminded of gravity, that gravity does exist, and it
You know-
sucks sometimes.
Well, this is true. I mean, everybody says, oh, karma's a bitch, karma's a bitch. Gravity is a bigger bitch. I've seen karma miss a lot of assholes that need that visit, but I ain't never seen gravity miss anybody. Hey, triple C and D. Greetings, Wes. But yeah, so what we have coming up, Cabin on 360. For those that don't know, we are a true paranormal location. We're settled on 7.2 acres of battlefield, the Battles of Bethesda Church. Over 2,000 men lost their lives on or immediate proximity to the property. There's a brick rancher and a log cabin. Both are very active. Both have power. Both have restrooms. Both have heat. If you're going to investigate in the wintertime, you know as well as I do, it is very difficult to get EVPs when you're sitting back and you're going, "Can you go to the red light?"
Yep.
And all you hear are teeth chattering on the recorder. We have heat, so you don't have to play that game.
Unless you're
unless you
outside.
want to go out in the woods. Yeah.
Yeah,
Now,
unless
the
you're outside,
battlefield,
you're out
the
of luck.
woods itself, you got to deal with that. Bundle up. But what we have coming up is February 21. We have a public investigation. That one's going to be led by the volunteers at the cabin. Normally, I would say myself and the volunteers at the cabin. And this guy that I'm pointing at, he's one of the volunteers. Are you going to be there this time,
I
Ryan?
will be there on Saturday.
Woo, woo. You going to come down and join us, Rhonda?
I think.
You have a Belgrove fan. You have a Belgrove that invest.
Oh, yeah, there is Belgrove that night.
Yeah.
Is that the 21st?
Yeah. Yeah.
Dueling
there's a lockdown at
investigations.
Belgrove.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, they tried to trample on my date.
We see how it is.
Yeah,
I
it happens.
don't think we have an investigation on the 21st, but I feel like there's something the 21st.
Yeah, I'm fairly certain there's something at Belgrove on the 21st. But folks, if you haven't been to Belgrove Plantation at Port Conway, you need to go check that out. When FBI
Awesome.
Rhonda is there, it is a great location. They're a great team to investigate. So I will brag about them also. But we have February 21. $50 gets you into the property. Investigate with us from 7 p.m. to 1 a.m. Uh, bear with me. I'm trying to lift my foot up here. Then I don't know if I've actually put the link out, but there's a VIP ticket available also. And it's only $100, and that gets you 7 p.m. to about 9 a.m. the following morning. And in that one, you get to go off on your own, investigate areas that you've already been or wanted to go back and check out. But that one's only $100, gets you the whole night. Then March 21st, we have the guys from Forgotten Explorations coming back. If you haven't already checked out Forgotten Explorations, Austin and EJ and AG, I encourage you to go check out YouTube, find Forgotten Explorations. They're fun as hell to investigate with. They're just a good group of guys. But they're coming out and they're doing an event to benefit the cabin. So you get to investigate with them. They do have tickets available. You can find them at Forgotten Explorations on Facebook. They have the link to their tickets for that event. They have the general admission at $50 and $100 for VIP. And then we have April
April.
April 2nd, I think it is. There is, maybe it's May, I don't know. Go check out the Facebook page for the Cabin on 360 because I'm getting confused with dates. I just got done dealing with a gentleman that completely goofed up, booked the wrong date. So this weekend, you want an awesome Valentine for your loved one? This Saturday just became available as of 15 minutes ago. So get
I
back
mean,
on that. First one to direct message the cabin page can do Valentine's night.
nothing says love like investigating a brothel.
Right?
You know,
So,
I mean,
well, we have the brothel. We have, um, you know, some other things.
some other things. You know, the fine
Yeah.
print. That's right.
Yeah, we'll have a good time. There's so much history to the cabin and the property and the brick rancher, and just it's an amazing location. And so I've been doing this about 25 years, and I've been across the country. I've investigated prisons and hospitals and asylums, and you know, this was the old preacher's home. This was whatever private residence, and I've had shit happen to me at the cabin that I have not experienced anywhere else. The guys from Tennessee Wraith Chasers, Mike and Chris, came out and they did a filming there. And Chris was so excited. He was like, "Brother, I'm telling you, in all the videos and all the places that we've been, I've only ever caught a full shadow figure on camera twice. And your place is the second one." And I went, "That's outstanding." So come check us out. February 14th, Saturday just became available. I may even buy you a box of chocolates to go with it.
That's so romantic.
See, that kind of works. Mama always said the cabin was like a box of chocolates. You don't know what the hell's going to get.
This is true.
See? But then we have, all right, so it's February 21st is ours. March 21st is Forgotten Exploration. April 2nd is Southern Fakir Paranormal wants to come in, and they're going to lead an event. And it's going to be the same thing. It's $50, 7 till midnight, I think, or 7 till 1. And $100 you can spend the whole night and get some free roam time. Southern Fakir Paranormal works very close hand in hand with Blue Ball Inn, which is out in Brucetown, Virginia. It's another awesome location, but they are just fun. They bring in totally different ideas, different approaches, and yeah, come out and join them and investigate with them. I think you'll have a great time.
I do believe you have a con coming up at the end of middle of May.
I've heard rumor of that.
Yeah,
I've
I've heard something about that.
May 15 and 16, I've got authors coming. I've got presentations being done. The lovely folks from FPRI, Fredericksburg Paranormal Research and Investigation, will be joining us. I believe there are folks from the Freakin Awesome Paranormal Show going to be joining us.
Yeah.
The rumor
They'll
is
also
true.
probably, and I'm going to throw him under the bus here. I believe they're even going to do a live broadcast from the con. Is that right, Ryan?
It's true. We're going to be doing live broadcast now. We're definitely doing a live broadcast. We'll be doing TikTok live or something. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, that'd be cool. We could do both.
Yeah.
Hello, boss. Ryan. Whoop. Just
I gotta keep them.
chuck his
I
ass
gotta
right
keep
in
them
there.
guessing. You know.
Yeah. And then, so also not at the cabin, and I have to figure out a date and I have to figure out a means, but I will tell you this. I am looking for donations. Normally we will host an event that is solely for this. But those that know, about 10 years ago, Ryan and I started placing flags on veterans' headstones at cemeteries. Well, we've taken on new cemeteries as well. So now we do about 5 cemeteries. We do about 700 veterans flags. Average cost on them is about $2 a piece. This year, because we've booked so much at the cabin and bookings went so well, this is all on me, I did not set a date aside to do our flag fundraiser event. So if you would like to donate for flags, check out our link for donations on tco360.com or come out and join us either way, donation or not, the Saturday before Memorial Day. Come join us at Woodland Cemetery. We'll create a post and an event for it. But you can come out and help us place the flags and honor those veterans that some of the headstones up until just a few years ago, and some of them even today, haven't seen the light of day in 3, 4, 5 decades. Come join us for that.
That'll be Saturday, May 23rd.
Yeah, but we take care of Woodland Cemetery. There's about 250 flags that we place there. Then we transition over to Evergreen Cemetery, and it's rightfully named the 4 cemeteries at Evergreen. And the reason being, you have Evergreen Cemetery, East End Cemetery, and then there are 2 pauper cemeteries in between those. And there's about 450 flags that we place on, if I remember my tales right, it's about 160 acres of cemetery. Right now, there's a group called Friends of the East End that are doing a magnificent job clearing back all the brush, finding the headstones, clearing areas that haven't been visible in 20 plus years. So I hope to see you guys there. Come out and join us, place some flags, even if you only have time to place one flag. Part of the reason that we do it, not only is it because they're veterans, but they deserve our respect for that. But as I say in my presentation every year when we do this, it is said that a man dies 2 deaths. 1, when this mortal body dies, and 2, when his name is no longer spoken. So we took it upon ourselves, Ryan and I, that we will never allow these soldiers to die that second death. We will mention their name. We do it at Memorial Day, we do it at Veterans Day, and we give them a new flag every single time. So come join us with that.
And it's a lot of fun. It's a very cool bonding experience, and it's a good way to give back to those who gave their lives, or gave their lives to the military. Maybe not died during the military time, but you know what I mean.
You know what you mean.
Yeah. I'm going to start off with some pictures first, and
Okay.
we'll talk about these first.
It's bad enough they're looking at my ugly face. You're going to put pictures of me up too?
Not those kind of pictures.
Oh, okay.
Let's see here. This fellow right here. Let me move us over. There we go.
There
That's
we
better.
go.
Oh, now who circled him?
I don't know.
I have the raw one that's not circled, but that works for here. So yeah, the little guy in the bottom there is interesting. So we have critter in the basement of the brick rancher on the property. We don't know what it is. I'm not going to paganize it and go, it's a demon, because I don't think it is. What I truly believe is there is an elemental there that this little fella is. We also have, do you have the pencil drawing that Cameron gave us?
No.
And I don't know. Hey, 13th floor. I mean, I don't know what it takes you to get it onto screen, but hey,
I mean,
FBRI.
send it to me. I can download it and put it on there.
All right, let me do that
Do
real
it
quick.
through Facebook Messenger, so I can download it on the computer.
All right, I'm working on that right now as we speak. Photograph, recents, favorites. So this little guy showed up in the thermal image that you're looking at now. And what was it, about 6 weeks prior to that, we had a young lady that brought us this drawing that I just sent Ryan. She was freaked out. She said she saw this thing behind the steps that was looking at her. And her pencil drawing and this are very close. If you kind of looking at it, you can see the two dark spots that look like eyes, forehead above it, and then what looks like tufts or something at the back here. So we don't know what the hell it is. And the strange thing is the coloration of it. So it's got the 59.1. It's signaling that the cinder block column in the middle of the basement is the coldest spot. The thermal was actually set to flag and tag coldest spot. Well, what's the temperature of that little bastard, and why didn't the thermal target that? So it's an interesting picture no matter how you look at it, blow it up. And here's the bad part. There's so much bullshit now with AI that I've seen so many things go out recently, and people are just, oh, that's AI, that's AI. Well, let me tell you, folks, this thing is from, I don't know, 5 years ago.
2017, 18, something like that. It was like right when we first started going out there.
Yeah, so there's not a touch of AI in this.
Right before we lost the rancher.
Yep, from the insurance.
To the insurance salesman. So it's been a minute. And the only thing we know for sure is that thing that was in that picture is not human.
Right.
Yes.
There's no denying that. I got the picture ready when you want me to switch it up.
All right. But I will tell you, there is some AI, artificial intelligence, in the basement, because I was down there and somewhat intelligent.
Artificially?
Yes. I have some intelligence, but most of it's not real. It is in my head, but that's about it. So this was the drawing that we received from Cameron about 6 weeks before we got that thermal image. Are you able, I don't know if you can you put them side by side?
Let me see.
Dun, 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 dun,
I don't know. I don't
can
know how to
he do this? That's okay. But yeah, as you notice, I mean, you can still see the little tufts. It's a good enough picture, even with that other one slid off to the side. It's just, I have no explanation, but you can see the big eyes, big nose, the tufts at the back of the head. Mm-hmm. I have no idea what the hell it is. It's something that I have seen only as a little black shadow, and I've seen it in quick darting little sessions here and there. I've had other investigators tell me that they saw what looks like this peeking out of, there's a little crawl space access in the wall down there. So there's a little bit of everything at the property, and this is just part of the fun of what you get to hang out with.
When she saw this creature, it was the Christmas investigation. And we were all upstairs. We were all in my group, and she was in the group. Cameron was in the group, and we were all upstairs in Melissa's room, and we weren't getting much activity. So we were like, well, what if the girls stay upstairs and the guys go downstairs and see? Because maybe Melissa would feel more comfortable if the guys were downstairs and it's just girls upstairs. Well, Cameron was with her dad, and she was like, I don't want to leave my dad. I want to go downstairs with you guys. So I'm like, fine. She comes downstairs. Upstairs, she was fine, laughing, having a good time. We get downstairs to the basement, and we're all kind of talking, and we haven't really started investigating yet. And all of a sudden, I hear this whimpering and crying, and I look over, and I see Cameron standing there, like right beside the steps, crying, and her dad trying to figure out what's going on. She's like, "What's?" He's like, "What's going on? Why are you? Why are you crying?" And she's pointing at the steps, and she's like, "It's looking at me." And she's freaking out, and her dad's kind of freaking out too because he doesn't know what's going on. And this wasn't her first investigation. They had been a couple of times before, and she never acted that way. So I took her out the house, and found Dennis, and he calmed her down. And she told him what she saw, and that was exactly what she saw. She drew that picture from what she saw that night in the rancher, and she was scared, like really scared.
When I came up, she was sitting on the front porch steps there at our cabin, and she had her knees drawn to her chest, her arms wrapped around her knees, just rocking back and forth, trembling. And she said it just stared through like it was looking at my soul.
It was freaky.
Okay. But she brought us that drawing a couple of weeks later and said, I just want you to know what I saw and why I was so freaked out. She said to her it was as solid as somebody standing there. And her dad did not see it. Ryan didn't see it. Which brings the question to me, how does it choose who can see it? Or why is it that she saw it so plainly, but two other people on site standing right beside her didn't see it? That's one of the things that puzzles me. Is it just a gift that she had that she could look into that realm?
I mean, maybe it's because she was the only girl downstairs.
Yeah. Or does it target certain people or present itself just to certain people?
That's what I suspect.
He may have thought that she was the weakest one down there, and that's why, and he wanted to scare her, or it wanted to scare her.
I don't know. It was just one of those things that you have to scratch your head and go, what the hell? And then I see over in chat, Ronnie Anderson says that Daryl had an experience standing by the steps in that spot and didn't know anything about that picture or that evidence. Only Alan and Ronnie knew about it. So the bottom of the steps seems to be his favorite place, so to speak. And there and the little access foundation wall. So I don't know. It's an interesting character.
Speaking of interesting, this one was taken outside of the brick rancher in a window.
I know what you're getting ready to show. Yep. So this one was captured by Lost Souls Paranormal. Larry and Sarah, and they bring their family basically. And at that point, they were booking, I think that year they had booked 6 full weekends, and they just made it a family affair. Well, their granddaughter was about 12 at the time, and she, Brooke, snapped this image. She just took a picture standing at the end of the sidewalk in front of the log cabin looking at the brick rancher. And she comes over to me and says, Dennis, can you look at this? I think I caught something. And I'm looking at the picture, and the original of it before this, where it's blown up and lightened, the original of it, it doesn't show it as well because it's just a dark picture. But I zoomed in and looked at it and went, what the fuck? Because if you look at it, it looks like a figure. And I have felt like from day one, to me, it looks like a native figure leaning out the window. It's blocking part of the window trim on the right-hand side of it. You can partly see the sash line between the upper and lower sash. And to me, it looks like a headband. And then it looks like it's leaning on the windowsill, like just hanging out the window, like, what up, man? There was nobody leaning out the window. There was nobody in that building at the time. The Brick Rancher was empty. They were all in the cabin. And she caught this picture. And it's still one of the ones that I look at so much and go, just what in the hell is that?
You know, I think that's what captures me so much as look is that you can tell they're outside the window. They're coming through the window. It's not like it's behind the window.
Yeah.
It's peculiar.
Yeah. Looks like a floating nun's head or something. It actually reminds me of like the nun, like whatever it's called, or like almost like a space helmet or something. It's weird.
A nun, it's called a habit. And Amy just commented, reminds me of a nun. Just as you said it, it popped on the screen.
Great minds.
Yeah, that's I like I said, I get the native vibe from it. Kind of looks like the chest plate dress wear that native would wear. But yeah, Lost Souls Paranormal captured that one. And it was taken from Larry's cell phone standing over in front. Actually, in the background, you can see the corner of the log cabin, and that's about where she was standing when she took it, at the end of the sidewalk, right in front of the corner of the cabin. Because they understood that 16 and over only in the Brick Rancher, so she would not go. They honored the rule. But when she hit 16, she was in the Brick Rancher.
That's awesome.
It was a great capture, and I'm blown away by it.
I remember when you sent it to me. You're like, "What the hell is this?"
Yes, I mean I know Ryan even one night when we were doing one of our public investigations saw a shadow figure move across that same exact window from inside when nobody was in the building, and numerous others have seen shadow figures over there too.
When I did this show with Howie from the cabin, there was a few times I peeked out the window and saw someone in that window.
Yeah. Amy, so this is the cabin on 360. It's located in Mechanicsville, Virginia, right outside Richmond.
So this next one, we had, God, what's the name? What's the name of that group that does the stuff for the veterans or the not the veterans, the
Beyond the Badge?
Beyond the Badge. I got to say Beyond the Veil or something, but Beyond the Badge Paranormal. We had them come out to the Brick Rancher, and my friend Sarah came with us, and they did her and one of the investigators, Jess, did a dual like Estes method. And for those of you who don't know, basically you put earphones on and you turn the music on or static on really loud, so you have no idea what the people who are asking questions are saying, and then whatever you hear, you blurt out. So we try to see if maybe their answers will go with the questions we're asking. And this one right here is pretty freaky because they start calling out our family members' names. Let me get on the other side here. Hey, Lewis.
Starting Estes method, we're going to call it part 2. The girls have switched rooms. We're going to have Jess in Melissa's room and Sarah in this room here. I believe is part of the parents' room.
Yeah.
It is.
Hang on 1 second. Be sure. Can I turn it up some?
So we asked you who you are, and you didn't give us an answer. So we want to know what you are.
Demon.
Oh.
Okay, so you say you're a demon.
That's Jason. He could be.
All right. So let's keep going. The girls are under already.
Now, keep in mind, the girls can't hear the questions at this point.
You're not lying?
The static is super loud.
How do we know you're not lying? Can you say something to prove that you are what you say you are?
Jackson.
Jackson.
No, you leave Jackson out of this.
Is that your son's name? Oh
Yeah,
shit.
you have no power over Randy and Jess, and you cannot affect their family at all, nor any of our families. So you say you're a demon.
Dallas.
We don't believe you. Tell us something. Or show us.
Dallas is their son's name.
I see what you're doing. You're picking out people's family members. Can you tell me what my grandmother's name was?
Mary?
No.
Here?
Actually, I did.
What's my son's name?
You? Ryan.
What's my son's name? Is Ryan. What's my daughter's name?
Not in the world. Ryan.
Both of them. Right there. I mean, I could hear the static coming from her earphones. There's no way she could have heard what I was asking. It wasn't asking it very loud either. So, you know, it was pretty freaky when that happened. That she was calling out, you know, the names of our family members like that.
And that's one of the things that we had. The girls that came down from Gettysburg. One of them was a volunteer at Farnsworth House, and they were doing Estes method. And they called me telling me that they were leaving early because during an Estes method, it started calling out the one girl's son's name, and then it would kind of repeat in loop: rape, murder, basement, her son's name, rape, son's name. And she's like, this is too much. This is I can't do this.
Black. Hang on 1 second. Just kidding. So this one actually was when Dennis got called out during the same dueling Estes method. Now I did use a AI clipping tool for this, and it did not recognize Dennis's last name. So I think it says always, or it doesn't come out as Estlock.
Hang on a minute. Let me respond to Midnight Kestrel. Definitely not a malevolent entity from what I heard in that clip. So Midnight, I don't know if you're familiar with Estes method, which is what they're doing, but what you are hearing are the investigators' voices. They're listening to the headphones on an SB7 spirit box. So you're hearing the investigators saying what they hear in the headset. You're not hearing the actual entities speaking. You're just hearing the investigator that is wearing headphones at a very loud volume. Go ahead, Ryan.
Yeah, and it's like if you heard the whole thing, you'd probably think it was a malevolent spirit. So here is when Dennis is being called out. He was black or mixed.
Yellow.
Do you know what happened to Melissa?
Laughing. Leave.
Well, we're not leaving until we're ready to leave, but we're going to get our answers from you.
What happened in this room?
Goodness.
Oh my God.
Estlock.
So you can hear Jess in the other room saying Dennis, and then you can hear Sarah saying Estlock.
Until we're ready to leave, but we're going to get our answers from you.
What happened in this room? Right there. Oh my God.
Estlock.
Are you fucking serious?
Oh my God.
Holy shit.
My God.
All right, hold on, hold on. Tell us what it said.
Estlock.
Wow, Dennis, the whole name.
Dennis Estlock.
That's crazy.
Estlow. Fuck me.
Okay. How are you doing? All right?
I'm okay.
Yeah, the fact that one of them heard my name, my first name from one room, and the other one got my last name from the second room. It's just, there is an intelligent, I believe, malevolent energy in that building. I don't think it's demonic. And I'm, like I said, I'm not going to paganize it. And I'm not going to say this is a demonically active location because I don't think so. I think so. I know there are probably 3 to 4 spirits in that building. I know at least the one in the basement is not human, never has been. And I know that there are at least 3 to 4 upstairs that are human entities, human spirits, and they're pretty chill. They'll talk to you, they'll interact with you. There's a prankster upstairs that will try to scare you. He will charge you. You know, Ryan knows full well about that. But yeah, Ronnie's got a valid point. We were in the rancher around 7 or 8, and it felt like an hour went by, but it was 1 a.m. There's a definite time loss report in that building. Time just goes gone. And all of a sudden you're going, how the fuck is it 4 a.m.? So
you can get lost in there. Lost in your thoughts, just lost in like everything that's happening in that building. This one is actually from Hill City Paranormal, now known as On the Other Side. They have a podcast right before ours at 8:00. So definitely go check them out every Tuesday, 8:00. And they do stuff on, I think, Thursday night, Saturday. They're all over the place. They got a lot of cool stuff going on.
they do.
But this was in the rancher, and it's kind of hard to hear because Sean is talking when it happens, but they have a music box going off. And if you listen carefully, and I do encourage you guys to go back and listen to these EVPs and stuff, all this evidence with earphones on, because will be a lot easier to hear. You know, it'll be in the archives and for you guys, but they were talking in the rancher, and the music box goes off, and you can hear a little girl singing My Fair Lady.
See, it goes off, and this picks up every time in the middle. And this picks up simultaneously with that.
Lady. I heard that.
And this picks up simultaneously with that. Every time. See, it goes off, and this picks up every time in the middle. And this picks up simultaneously with that.
I mean, clear as day, that's the little girl singing to that song.
Yep.
Now, so the music box was their motion detector? Or did they have a music box there to play?
I think it's motion detector.
Okay. And the reason I ask, Ron and Michelle Wood from Booze Paranormal had brought me a Roku camera that he had adapted to full spectrum. And Martha was with me, Ron and Michelle. The 4 of us have sat there. I've plugged it in. I've activated it on the app. And as we were getting ready to leave, all 4 of us heard a music box. And it sounded like, in this image that's on screen, it sounded like it was immediately beside the front door. And we all 4 stopped, turned, and looked at it, and then looked at each other and went, you heard a fucking music box too, didn't you? And they're all like, yeah, there is no music box. But we all 4 with our ears heard a music box play for 2 seconds, a good 8-10 notes, and there is no music box.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that one, and it's actually captured on the Roku.
Because I kind of wish I had that one. That would have been awesome to play for you guys. This one is a classic. This is The Orb Through the Window by Twisted Realm.
Check out this orb floating through a closed window at the cabin on 360 by the Twisted Realm.
Had to get off TikTok, sorry. If
I
you
have
look
the
carefully,
original. Yeah, I could have sent it to you.
Check out this orb floating through a closed window at the cabin on 3.
without the sound, but you can see
Yeah.
an orb form outside the window and then float through the closed window towards the camera. And Courtney says We had the RW1 and a music box at the same time. They were both triggering, so we were trying to figure out why. Thanks, Courtney.
Thank you, Courtney. Yeah, that one was pretty crazy, the fact that they were both triggering simultaneously. Now, this piece of video, if you look in the bottom left of the window, you see a little white rectangle. That's a secured by ADT sticker, so that tells you the window is closed. And that orb formed outside the glass, came through, shot straight by the DVR camera. And I mean, I'm not a big believer in orbs. I think 90% of all orbs can be fixed, eradicated, or exorcised with lemon pledge, if you know what I'm saying. Most of them are dust. So normally if I see an orb or someone goes, hey, Dennis, check this out, I captured orbs, I'm like, back in more. Use pledge. Use the Swiffer dusters. That one, I got nothing, brother.
I don't think pledge is going to help with that. It's going to help with that particular. Or plus, it was December when they shot their show, and it was probably in the teens when they were out there, and it was so there is no way that we were going to have that window open, and there's plastic over the window to winterize it.
Insulating plastic.
Yeah, so there's no reason for an orb. If it was like a bug or something, a bug going through a closed window is still pretty cool. In my book.
Yeah.
Right
even if you want to call it a bug, that bug is
Go right ahead.
fucking amazing because
That's a paranormal
through
bug.
the glass. Yeah.
The ghost,
Paranormal
a
bug
ghost
that
bug.
came through a window. It's closed.
The spirit of a stink bug through the glass.
Yes.
Those
Yes,
exist in my house.
One of those hornets we have flying around out there. So that was really
one,
cool. That was probably one of the first really good pieces of evidence we captured, like video wise, we captured out there. This next one, I got this from Shannon. You guys were doing an EVP session, and I believe you said, I want to make sure the girl's okay, and then you hear a voice saying hi. But this one I am going to encourage you guys to listen to with your earphones on because it is hard to hear. But I want to play it for you guys.
Well, this isn't the time to be bashful and quiet. I want to know that young lady upstairs is safe.
Like right there is when it would have happened.
How you see yourself?
Do you remember that, Dennis?
Hit it one more time, and I'm going to point when I hear it.
Okay.
Well, this isn't the time to be bashful and quiet. I want to know that young lady upstairs is safe. There was the high, and that was while we were in the basement.
Are you a hero? How you see yourself?
So, what was going on at the time of this one? And it's kind of funny. We were doing one of my public things back at pre-Halloween, and it was Thriller Thursdays. So I've got a member of the public on the other side, I don't know, 15 feet away from me or so, that's doing Estes method. I'm sitting with my back almost aimed at the water heater. It's off to this side of me. There are 3 or 4 of my volunteers. There was Shannon and Martha and David. I don't remember, I think Emily. I don't remember who all was there. But out of nowhere, from this back corner of the basement, you just hear, and I mean, it was audible. It was loud. Hi. I whipped my head around. I'm thinking someone else has come down there. And there's nobody. And I looked at the volunteers, and they're all looking at me and went, you heard that, right? I'm like, how the fuck could I not? It was louder than her. And the member of the guest that was doing Estes method is just oblivious to this. But it was loud enough, and it was an audible voice. Just a female in the back corner says, hi.
It's amazing how it can be so audible in like real time, but then on the actual recording or the video, you can barely hear it. And I had my phone up to my ear, and I could barely hear it. And I was like, man, I don't know if I should even bother playing this. But it's definitely there. It's just really, really hard to hear.
Well, and you mentioning the difference in volume levels, and I'm going to circle right back to Twisted Realm when they were filming there. We were in the woods, not quite to the yuccas, and we had stopped because the week before we had a public investigation, and one of the members of the public said something smacked them on the top of the head. So it was myself, Jeremy, who was one of the team members at the time running camera for Twisted, and Dr. Don and Tana. And the four of us have stopped. I'm explaining how this woman felt like she'd been hit on the top of the head. And the only way I know to explain it, it sounded like a damn pterodactyl scream that came from up towards the Brick Rancher. And all four of us just stopped, whipped our heads around, and almost simultaneously, there are three "what the fuck was that" came out just that quick. And it was so loud. I mean, but on the recording, and there were two recorders plus the camera running on all three of those devices, it was very soft.
I remember you guys talking about that, the pterodactyl in the woods. So this one actually is I think it was caught by Southern Fauquier Paranormal. They had left a camera running, and they caught what looks like a person walking across the downstairs in the cabin. Now you'll see my beautiful face. I did take these off TikTok, so I did an introduction, but I tried to cut it short, but it didn't actually work. So you'll see my face for a second. Hopefully, it didn't scare you guys off too much. Maybe not. I'll play it again.
Just looks like a white shadowy figure moves from right to left.
Yep.
I didn't see your face there, Ryan.
I know. Well, the thumbnail has my face on there, so I thought it might show up. So sorry, guys. You going?
I
know you're looking forward to it, but But
I was prepared to scream.
What are we screaming? You could see the outline of a figure, the head, torso, all that.
Yep.
I have no explanation.
I don't. It's not the first time. So in that image that's still stopped on screen, off to the far right, we had a team that came out and spent the weekend. He was over in that corner. He had set up HQ, so to speak, and had set a camera down beside him that was watching the loft, and said that his camera captured a figure walk across in front of the loft and just disappear. Unfortunately, I don't have that footage. It wasn't submitted. If whoever had that happens to be watching this or watches it in the future, please send it to me. And teams, don't hesitate. If you've captured activity at the cabin, I encourage you, and I appreciate the hell out of it, if you upload it to the Facebook page, or reach out to me. I will gladly put it on the page. You'll get full credit for it. Because this is the only way that we can keep this property. This is the only way that we can get it the notoriety it deserves. It helps the property, and it will help you get some notoriety.
So this next one is actually pretty funny. We were doing a daytime investigation. It was myself, Sarah, Jason Gray, and I think that's it. Maybe Howie was there. I don't remember if he was there or not, but we were in the back room behind the kitchen, and the truck's going by, and I said something like "fucking trucks," and then Sarah says "fucking trucks," and then I said "God," and then Sarah goes "God," like God, and then you hear the coming through on the necrophonic on the computer. A spirit goes "God," like it was copying us.
Lady wants to leave.
Fucking trucks. Talking ghosts here, do you mind? God. Yeah, God. So apparently the spirits were annoyed by the trucks too. This can happen on 360 during the middle of the day.
It's not a shock. So I'm going to look over here at the chat. So Cindy Waghorn said that it looks like there's a couple of figures beneath the window, and this is on the previous image. And Renee responded to her that according to what she knows, there's spirits also outside, not just in the cabin. So we have spirits in the brick rancher, in the log cabin, on the property. The whole place is paranormally charged.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you've got 7.2 acres of battlefield that claim the lives of over 2,000 men, either on or in very close proximity to that piece of property. So we don't know what all has transpired over the years. We know dating back to probably around 1630, we had the European settlers coming into there and moving the settlers or the natives off the property. And they didn't do it with huge sums of cash and say, pretty please. So it could be anything from, native times, Revolutionary War moved through, the European settlers, then we had Civil War move through. How many crashes have occurred on the highway out front or in close proximity to the property? And then, of course, we have beautiful Melissa that was murdered in the brick rancher. So there are so many layers to that onion that the entire property is just charged.
This one was actually with you, Dennis. This is a ghost makes a popping sound.
It's like the sink to me, but
Oh. So if that was you, can you make that popping noise again?
What the hell?
That was loud.
That was really loud.
What the hell?
And just so you guys, everyone can figure out, there was no one on the other side, making. There was
the kitchen was
right there. Yeah.
I had 2 or 3 investigators sitting on furniture that are like behind the camera. We had just heard a sound similar to that in that area, which is why I said, just to make sure if that was you, can you make that popping sound again? And it sounded like, I even went into the kitchen and tried to replicate it, but it sounded like something smacked the stainless steel sink. And it was a loud noise.
That was crazy. That's such a great catch.
That's a really good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fact that it happened after I requested it was just amazing.
This one is difficult because it's beyond the badge. But if you know what happened to Melissa, this one will be hard to hear. Melissa was shot and killed in possibly R word by her brother, and this was captured on Beyond the Badge investigation. This was actually this was video before.
I was going to say I don't recognize that.
Yeah. Pretty cool knocking sound, though.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Ronnie. I approve that message, sir.
We finally made it to the #1 EVP on our top 10 list for 2024. The Cabin 360, Melissa Screams for Help. This one might be hard to hear. Viewer discretion is advised.
Play it again.
It's not hard to hear.
No, it gives you
List
like
for
a medium
2024, The Cabin 360, Melissa Screams for Help. This one might be hard to hear. Viewer discretion is advised.
That right there makes it real. You
That
know,
is, please help me.
yeah.
Yeah.
We do these investigations, and you know we try to do our best to respect Melissa when we go in there, but to hear her, and I'm no doubt that's her.
Yeah.
That one kind of fucked me up.
Yeah,
it's
that's
Just
that's what we
the
do.
energy behind that, the fear,
Yeah.
the fear behind the voice, and you can hear the inflection in the tone. It's just full of absolute fear.
Yeah.
And that one's hard. The other one that hits me that hard is the one that I captured in her bedroom with a public group. And I was leaned up against her windowsill. And when the public group finally calmed down, I started the voice recorder and I said, Melissa, can you hear? Melissa, are you here with us? And it sounds like a young female voice immediately behind my question responds with, I'm with you. I played that one back 3 times and I set the recorder down. I walked out of the house. I excused myself and I went out and cried for a moment.
It's such a difference between what you heard and what they captured.
Yeah. What I got was a sweet response, and what they captured, honestly, I think was residual of the morning of October 4th, 1979, when that young lady was essayed and murdered. I think that is a moment in time that was trapped, and that energy gets thrown back out into our realm from time to time.
She was begging for help.
She was literally pleading for her life. And I've had countless investigators, countless guests walk into her bedroom and immediately break down in tears. Triple C and D. I'm not sure. I'm assuming this is Don at Triple C and D. Can you send that via messenger to Ryan Jones, and maybe he can get it up here pretty quick?
Yeah, I mean, I'll definitely try to. Let's see here. I had to download something real quick.
Yeah,
this one kind of goes with what we were talking about with Melissa. We are doing a spirit box session in Melissa's room. Let's see here. And hang on. I'll do this one. This one first. Actually, we're going to do a Facebook Live in the rancher, where we're going to set up the cameras in the rancher. We're going to sit up in the cabin and ask questions like through microphone into the rancher and see if we can get some responses. And while we were setting up the cameras, we had just left. You can hear a voice saying help.
That echoed. That had some volume.
Yeah. Help. That was pretty freaky when I heard that.
Yeah, that was enough to have an echo behind it.
Let's see here.
Now, I'm going to reach up into the chat here. And so Ronnie says anyone who hasn't been to the cabin on 360 should definitely get a date. I've spent a lot of time in St. Albans, which, if you don't know, Ronnie Anderson is with Bedford Paranormal, which is kind of the home team for St. Albans Sanatorium. If you know anything about St. Albans, it's very active. The cabin on 360 is just as active, promise. Research Paranormality says, "Oh my goodness," and shows a broken heart emoji. Yeah, it's heartbreaking. But just because this show centers on evidence and it shows a huge huge portion leaning towards Melissa, please understand, we are not trying to. I had somebody send a comment that said, profiting from the tragic loss or something like that. Shame on you. Let me preface this statement with, I try to be as politically correct as I can. I try to be nice where I can. But shame on you was her last statement. Well, right there to you. It's not shame on you, because I'm trying to draw attention to the 2,000 soldiers that were also killed on the land. I am trying to draw attention, yes, to Melissa and keep her name alive. We're building a memorial garden to her, and I'm trying to save 7 acres of battlefield. So it's not that I am trying to profit, because I will tell you, I have tanked my credit score 180 points in the past 2 years trying to save this property. So it's not that I'm trying to profit off the tragedy. So young lady from Michigan that wanted to tell me shame on you, suck a fat one.
Yeah, it's just ignorance. It's not knowing the full story and making a comment on it because you think it's going to make you feel better about yourself. But you know what? You don't know everything that we've been through for this.
Night, Ronnie.
Yeah,
I've poured my heart, soul, savings, and overtime into this property just to save that battlefield, so I can have it honored as historic land. So, yeah. But
so here's
a little sidetrack I didn't mean to get off on.
So here's the one I was talking about earlier. We were doing a spirit box session, and Dennis asked, "Is the name Randy significant?"
You did it.
I mean, there you go. And that one right there is, intelligent response to a question that was asked.
Yeah. So the significance of the name Randy is he is the one that S.A.'d and murdered his half sister. So that is the significance on that. So in the woods, we have residual gunfire, residual musket fire, cannon fire, battlefield commands, horse and buggy rolled down the path one night.
God, that was freaky.
I got charged by something in the woods. I don't know what the hell it was that charged me. In the way back one night, I was doing a live on, I want to say I was doing a live on Rainbow. And all of a sudden you see me holding the camera and I'm like, oh shit, what was that? It sounded like a horse running up on me. I thought I was about to get plowed over by a horse. So,
I mean, and we're in the middle of a battlefield, that's the thing. We forget it's because it's woods now, but back then it was all fields.
Yep.
So there would be, you could very well have a horse coming up on you like that. This one was
for joining us.
This one was caught by DNM Paranormal, like one of their first investigations out. And they do a lot of live investigations at the cabin on 360. They're very good supporters of us, just like Forgotten Explorations.
Yep.
They were just out there, I believe, weekend of the Hannaford
last weekend.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But this was caught in the basement.
I love hugs. It's a big old bear hug you're giving me. Thank you. Can you straighten the rods back out now? All the way. Oh my God. Thank you. Can you please point the rods back and forth?
Holy shit! I hear that.
Glad you
I
heard
I
will
that.
will
be
be
with
the
you.
death of you. I thought it said, I will be the death of you.
Can you straighten the rods back out now? All the way. Oh my God. Thank you. Can you please point the rods back and forth?
Shoot.
I hear it say leave, and then it sounds like it says, I will be the death of you.
It sounds like to
And
me too.
I think Ashley that just commented in chat, that sounds like Dennis. I think she's got a point. That sounded like my voice, and
Kind of
I
does.
wasn't on property. But
You
to
think
me,
it's
it
gonna be the-
sounds like it says leave, I will be the death of you. And that's
mean,
through his box.
I'll be a death. That does kind
Ron,
of.
you're looking for Ryan C. Jones on Facebook to get that EVP to him. Can you run that last one more time, Ryan?
Yeah. Hang on.
Thank you. Can you straighten the rods back out now? All the way. Oh my God. Thank you. Can you please point the rods
Leave.
back and forth?
Holy shit! I hear that.
Glad you
I
heard
will be with you.
No, that is, I will be the death of you.
It sounded like I will be the death of you to me.
Yeah. First he says leave, I will be the death of you. So to come through his portal box, that's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy.
That was nuts. Here's one. We're still waiting on that one to come through. Here's sound. It sounds. This one is in the cabin. Actually, we're upstairs, and one of the investigators, who's a medium, said she saw something, and I asked human, like if it's human or not, and then you hear a voice saying "fuck you."
At the cabin, somebody said fuck you?
Crazy. Very gravelly voice.
I think he said it slow enough and calm enough that he wanted to make sure you understood.
Yeah, that was like it was freaky.
Don says he just sent you the video, brother.
Okay, let me look.
I'm not sure what we're looking for. Don, can you throw a description up in the chat for us? It'll take him a minute to get that downloaded as well, folks, so bear with us. But so there is so much activity there. There are so many captures there. And again, I feel like I have to defend myself, even though I don't have to defend myself. As the owner of the business that's there, I don't own the land, I don't own the buildings. That is my goal, to own them. And then I will put up a historic easement on the land. We already have compliments of donation from, actually, Ashley did it. We have a memorial plaque that will be placed in Melissa's memorial garden. And there will be memorial plaques indicating the battlefield. There were so many companies and regiments that came through there that it's going to take several plaques. But the idea is to teach history. We're not teaching our history much at all anymore. But I want folks to know who was there, what they did, where they were from. So I'm doing deep dive researches often to find out who was there. And I want to honor them. That's why we're building the
That's true.
Memorial
Actually.
garden. That's why we're building the encampment for this, that, and the other.
Woo! Teresa's back. Hell to the yeah! Welcome back from your vacation. She was in Spain. So Dawn sent me a TikTok link. We actually need the video to play it. So if you could download the video off TikTok and send me the actual video, I could put it on. But yeah, he needs to do that. If you can just download it from your TikTok account onto your computer or phone and send it to me that way, I would definitely love to play it. This is actually EVP that we caught in the basement of the rancher, and it's pretty straightforward what he wants to do to us.
Shake hands and sip tea. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which goes along with "I'll be the death of you," although it sounds a little bit meaner.
Yeah, there's a lot of negativity in the basement. And, like Ashley said, the things in the Pearl are dirty talkers.
Mm-hmm.
So
Speaking of the Pearl,
the pink Pearl, one of the EVPs that we captured there, I asked the question, do you know what a Cleveland steamer is? And folks, if you don't know, real quick, open a Google tab, do a search, and ask, what is a Cleveland steamer? Ask it for images also. Don't
do that.
Don't do that. But the response that I got back to, do you know what a Cleveland steamer was? Oh, yeah. I'm like, what the fuck?
That was crazy.
It was just this 25, 30-year smoker's voice going, oh, yeah. I'm like, all right.
So this one is actually a woman saying that she's naked upstairs in the brick rancher.
Says she's naked that isn't there.
Play it again. So anytime you are in the rancher, the cabin upstairs in the back room, you could be hanging out with a naked chick and not even know it. So there you go.
Yep. The old thing.
More
Man,
reason to
you
investigate the cabin. There you go. The naked ghosts.
You got to pay to play, and I'm not sure exactly what currency the spirits there take. But
when we were there, it was me, Angie, my girlfriend, and I think either Michael White or John Pagano or both were there with us, and none of us were naked. And one of us would have noticed.
Yeah.
Yeah, we would have said something.
It was just time for a little bow chicken. Wow, wow.
Yeah. They're always ready for a sexy time in the Pink Pearl.
That's right. It's just one of those cool locations that, there's so much that has been captured and so many personal experiences. Evidence is only something that is captured that you can share, but personal experiences are those things that you didn't get to capture. And sadly, it's just cool story, bro. Tell it again.
Yeah.
But getting these captures and this true evidence sent to us is amazing.
Yeah, I mean, there's just so much here. Like this one right here. This one is interesting. Our friend Jeannie, who does, we play her music and she does a lot of songs for the Freakin Awesome Paranormal. She comes on the show with us a lot. She had come out to do an investigation out there with her husband, and she told me that they're going to bed. They had 2 cots set up in the downstairs, and they were looking up at the loft, and she was like, I just had the urge to start taking pictures. And in the series of pictures I'm going to show in the video, there is a fog you can see, like a mist that slowly forms into a face. And the face is kind of disturbing. And that's that. You can see the, you can see the mist, and slowly forms into that face right there.
And the fact that it is so large is what makes me look at it and go, "What the hell?"
Yeah.
You know, it looks to me like it's easily 4 boards, and those are 6-inch wide boards.
And you can see the eyes. We looked at the boards, and there is no like knots in the wood that goes along with what those eyes are. I thought, well, maybe it could be the boards, but that it's not. It doesn't look like that.
Yeah. Are you able to use your pointer and circle it, Ryan? Kind of draw its outline? Let the viewers actually see what you're looking at? I don't know if you're on PC or what.
I don't think so.
It's not going to let you put your mouse pointer on screen.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, here it is. I wasn't sure if you can see my mouse pointer, but it's right here.
Yeah, we can't see the mouse pointer, or at least I can't. But, all right. So Don says he has sent the new one. Let's see if this works. But his description is, it sounded like her in her final moments, and then you hear a male voice that says, shit, as if it just hit him what he did to her. And this is from Triple C&D. It's a capture that they pulled.
That one that Jeannie captured reminds me of like those paintings you see, those Native American paintings you see that show like the spirits in the sky. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. That's what that reminds me of.
I saw it. I thought of like Freddy Krueger when I saw it.
Yeah. Yeah, that was kind of my first thought.
Here is the Triple C&D paranormal one.
Okay.
That sounded like help.
I mean, that was, I can hear the shit for sure.
Yeah, I could hear the please don't let me die. I could hear the help at the earlier portion. And, you know, it very well may have been a residual. You know, one of the theories in the field is that the energy that we put out in traumatic events and things like that, the surroundings at that location absorb it. And then for whatever reason, at a later point in time, it's released back into our realm. And I don't know. I mean, that one definitely sounds like please don't let me die. I heard the help plain as day. I heard the male voice say shit. You know, the scream that was captured earlier, that you played earlier, there's so much that supports the theories in the field that the location can absorb actions and energy and throw it back at us.
Yeah, there's along with that, they say a lot, especially when you study shamanic practices, that when you're involved in a traumatic event, whether in the ending of your life or just any point, you leave a piece of your soul at that place at that time. That piece of your soul is gone and it remains there. So that totally goes with what I've learned as well.
That was definitely a great piece of evidence. Thank you, Triple C and D, for letting us play that on our show. That was incredible. And again, it goes with what Beyond the Badge had captured. That please help. It's just it makes it feel more real. Plus the fact that we have this personal connection with Melissa. Since Dennis and I have been talking to her since 2016. So we've been doing this for, in May or June, it'll be 10 years since we've been communicating with her. So we have this connection with her. Hear that, the sound of her voice, and please let me die. It's just, it's more personal for us than it would be at other locations. Like you have with Bell Grove, Rhonda, the stuff you capture there is a lot more personal for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you have spirits there that you contact that, you contact frequently enough that you kind of feel a little bit of a bond to them.
Yeah.
And that's how I feel with Melissa. I have formed a bond. I look at her kind of as my little sister. Even though if she were alive, she would be 2 years older than me. I still picture her as, forever 12. And that's a little sister.
So this last one, I'm gonna get your opinions on, because I am confused by it, and I don't know if it's natural, if it's paranormal. There are no windows on the left side of the cabin, or the loft. It's just there's no windows over there. But you could.
It does have the skylights, though.
Yeah, but if like a car went by, that wouldn't. No,
they wouldn't light up the skylights.
Yeah, and plus it would light up the whole room. About 45 seconds in, maybe a little bit more or less, you'll see some lights going across over by where the windows are on the right-hand side. This is an empty building. Just take a second to get there.
That's what she said.
See right there?
Yeah.
A little flashing orb.
Yeah.
Well, it's right.
Well, here's the question that I have. Where is the white light? Call it out when you see it, unless I missed it.
I'm going to go back. Hang on.
So what's interesting to me is you have a full 30 seconds of absolutely nothing. It's potential that there's HVAC running, but I can't guarantee that. But the fact that there's this whole long period of time and you don't see
right there,
that was bizarre.
Yeah.
I saw that. It came up, stopped, and then shot to the window.
Yeah. And I was like, well, maybe it could be a headlight. See, right there?
No.
And
Because
like,
that came in from like the chimney itself, shot over to like the second log on the vertical and then dropped down. So that was interesting. That's a damn good possibility, Ashley. It flew out of the doll.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah, so there is one, yes, coming out of the doll on the floor towards the left side. But if you look at the overhead light fixture, just below it and to the right of it, you'll see another one that comes in from the right and then shoots over to the back window and down. Right there, it just happened. Now you see this flashing one that looks like it comes out of the doll, yes. Which wouldn't shock me. That doll last week, by the way, they told me they couldn't get a K2 to stop flashing around it. They took it off the horse, which The
That's
rocking
one by the
horse. I
window
don't
too.
think, yeah, the rocking horse is over by the window. I can see its head. But that doll and the rocking horse were both heavily interacting with REM pod and K2. There was a little strobe flash up in the window.
Mm-hmm.
There's
Yeah.
just so much there that I can't explain. Now, I don't know. Yes, I will admit the cabin is dusty. There's not a whole shitload of airflow upstairs, and I would think
There.
the sound you would hear the HVAC system running.
When we did these, we did this like where we set up cameras, and we would leave them running overnight. Jason Gray would let us use his security cameras, and
That's why you see GI Paranormal there on the floor.
yeah, yes, and we cut off all of the air conditioning, so there was no HVAC running at the time.
Okay.
It was just pure like in its natural state. And there was nobody in there because this was by 1 o'clock in the morning. We just set the cameras up to run all night, and we all kind of took turns watching them.
Now, that's one of those where you kind of look at and you go, what the hell is that?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
the fact that it moved across on one line and then turned and went a different direction, that's kind of cool.
yeah, and I was thinking, my first thought was, well, maybe it was a car going by, but I'm like, I went up and there's no windows for it to. It would have been. There's no way for it to, no source for the light to come through.
Yeah, well,
So
if that was a car, the way it went across and then shot down, that would have had to have been one hell of a crash because the car went in very bad angles.
yeah,
So that was definitely not car lights. And there's no way for light to get up there except for that window on the far end.
Yeah.
Of course, if we had Dukes of Hazzard in town and they were jumping cars, they may be able to put light through the skylights up on the left.
I mean, I would have.
Otherwise, no.
That would have been a pretty cool video too. I'm not gonna lie.
I would hope at this point. Well, at that time, I didn't have the exterior cams. I do now have them.
Guys, this was fun. What did I do? I don't know what I did there. Hang on. Hit the wrong button.
Hit the wrong button.
There we go. Whoop, there we are. Okay.
Yeah,
Hope you guys
it's just been a cool location to be part of.
It is really has. And what the really cool part about what we do there is the paranormal is great, but I think what the best part is the people that we've been able to hook up with. And honestly, if we didn't have the cabin, I don't know if Rhonda and I would be together. And
well, let's correct that. They're not together. Folks.
You know what I mean?
That's
they know
true.
what I mean. They
doing podcasting together.
Yeah. But we've
Teresa,
met
you
so
need
many
to go back and check it out, hon. It was a cool show.
Many cool people. Many cool people we've met through the cabin, and it's
and we've done a lot of good for the community. I mean, we've raised funds for cancer victims. Little Sawyer Perkins passed away at 10 years old. She was St. Jude's kid with brain cancer. We were able to do, I think we did 3 different charity events for her and her family. We've done, one of our prior team members that was diagnosed with cancer as well. We did a fundraiser for them to just help his family and so forth. And the community, the paranormal community that we have met has just been so damned endearing that I've got people I met simply because of my correlation to this property that I now consider family.
Yeah.
And, and this is part of why I think it's so important that we honor Melissa, not just because she was a 12-year-old young lady that tragically her time ended, but because even though her time ended so many years ago, she's creating families. RJ wouldn't be here if not for the cabin and Ryan and Ange making connection with the cabin.
Angie messaged me because of the cabin.
Yeah, and so many people that were in the chat, still in the chat, that have become friends or more like family, is because of that young lady and the simple fact that we knew the story, not the victim. And then as time progressed, we learned who the victim was. And now it's time to honor her and keep her name alive.
Yeah. And plus, we're at the same time, we'll be honoring the soldiers
Yep.
that have passed away there. Not sure how we're going to honor all the sex people upstairs in the in the cabin. We may have to get the golden dildo or something, put it up in the back room of the cabin to honor them. But I'm sure we'll figure something out there for that.
You know, I think I have it figured out. I need and if anybody here works on and makes, if Ron Wood over at Booze Paranormal happens to be listening, I want a motion detector that plays "Me So Horny."
There we go. That's something Ron can work on.
That would be priceless.
Stripper pole. There, Ashley. There we
No,
go.
see, I don't want. No, Ashley. I don't want to do a stripper pole because that changes liability issues.
It may be zoned differently if there's a stripper pole inside of the cabin.
Yeah. We're not doing a stripper pole.
Yeah, you may have questions that we don't need to try to answer from the government. Like, what's going on over there? Like, didn't we have one guy thought that there was like a swinger party going on?
Oh yeah, God, that was. So when the insurance guy several years ago wanted to lease the brick rancher next door, he asked about having the parking area re-graveled. So Jones Construction, who owns the property, asked if I could find somebody to re-gravel that parking lot. Well, the guy across the road at the small engine shop had just re-graveled his large parking area. So I figured, well, shit, maybe that's what he does. I'll stop and talk to him. Well, he's like, no, that I just did this one. It's my personal. But what do you guys do over there anyway? He's like, I see the blue light come on Friday and then it's off Sunday morning and there's cars there Friday night and Saturday night, but no other time. What do you guys actually do? We do paranormal investigations, ghost hunt. It sits on Battlefield. Both buildings are quite active paranormally. There's plenty of activity. Oh, well, that's not nearly as exciting as what I was thinking. I kind of figured the blue light comes on and that means you had workers there. I thought maybe you guys had a swingers club or something.
Trying to get your hopes up, but no.
No, that's not
as exciting.
Way to cut you a deal, Dennis.
Blue light special.
I wonder if he was hoping to buy a membership.
We know what he was thinking, man. Guys, Dennis, thank you so much for joining us tonight and chatting about the cabin. I know you've been dealing with a lot of stuff, so thank you so much for taking the time to come on here and just shooting the shit with us for an hour and a half.
Hey, it's my pleasure, man. I enjoy it. It gives me a chance to get out of that. So I've got the house that we bought 6-7 years ago had the in-law suite. My mother-in-law was going to live with us. She was getting up in years. She had some injuries over the years. So she lived in that area for the whole time that she was alive with us. And back in December, we lost her. So that room was kind of, I don't want to say off limits, but it was, what the hell do we do with it? That was Mom's room. And it just kind of got left because we you went in there and it was to hang out with or check on Mom. And now all of a sudden she's not there. So there's the hospital bed in there that can fold me up like a fucking taco. But that's been my hiding place for about 5 weeks now while I'm in the process of dealing with this foot and ankle. So getting up here, which this is the upstairs part of the house, back to my office, I got a chance to answer emails, discover that, Saturday night, he had written in his calendar that his booking was the 21st. He actually went through the website and booked the 14th. So,
And 21st is our investigation.
Yeah, that's our public investigation. Thank you, Ashley. So it's a good thing that I got up here and checked on that, because I gave him a phone call and said, "Hey, I'm just checking to verify your reservation for this weekend." And he's like, "Yeah, the 21st, next weekend." I went, "No, it's not." He's like, "Oh shit."
Damn. Well, it happens. So hopefully you guys got it figured out, and he has another date.
Yeah, he actually sent me a message on a different date that he wants to lock down, and we're going to do a phone conversation tomorrow. I'm going to go into the console now and set up the beginning of it. But,
awesome.
So if you want to give your Valentine's sweetie a wonderful investigation, if you've never been to the cabin on 360, this weekend is your perfect chance. Grab up Saturday night, $400. You get the brick rancher, the cabin, the woods. I understand it's supposed to be fairly decent weather. So
Thank
lock
goodness.
that in. Come get the cabin, get your investigation on. The price is good for up to 10 people. If you want to do a solo in it, do a solo in it. You want to do 15 people, anybody above 10 is $50 a person, and have a great time.
I'm going to go ahead and put my order in for nice weather on the 21st. So if you could go ahead and set that up for me, I would appreciate that. I don't need to be going
Oh,
trying
don't
to.
mind, Mister. I like it cold and snowy.
Oh, yeah.
I hate summertime. It's so
Yeah,
hot and
it's
it
so
feels so
hot.
gross all the time. Yeah, well,
Yeah. I mean, I stand
have
behind that.
have you felt gross the past few weeks while you're freezing your balls off?
I have not felt gross. I mean, I felt cold. I haven't felt gross.
Yeah,
I don't like freezing. I mean, I like the fall. The fall is not the winter. Okay. It's
No,
not
trust
the same
me.
thing.
Trust me, bro. You don't want to fall. You end up like this.
That's true. Okay. I like
Oh,
the autumn.
you meant the season. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'll
No.
say the autumn to.
But-
I don't want to trigger you or anything by saying fall, Dennis.
Fall?
What? Hold on tight.
Look, I wouldn't mind winter so much if I didn't have. I'm skinny, bro. Look, I mean, there's no extra insulation here. I got to wear so many layers, my thighs don't recognize each other. Bullshit.
It's been ridiculous.
And the worst part of winter, I work outside a lot. Do you know how rough it is going to the bathroom when you got 4 inches of clothing and 2 inches of restroom tools?
I mean, it's got to suck.
Look, Rhonda's sitting there going, "I can't laugh at all this motherfucker."
What I got myself into, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. This Thursday night, we're talking to Cole Hollow Paranormal on TikTok, and next week we're gonna be doing some readings. Our friend Chris Garcia is going to be joining us to do some readings for you guys. So if you guys have any questions or anything that you want to know, we will have him on next week to talk to you guys and give some free readings next Thursday. And of course, if you're in town, you can go to Belgrove Plantation or hang out with us at the cabin on 360.
Actually, Sandra put in there. We don't have anything at Belgrove.
Oh, yeah.
The 21st.
That's right. Haunted
We
Ridge,
have
that's
something
right.
on the 28th with Mr. Darnell for his upcoming nuptials, but we do not have anything the 21st.
Okay, so Rhonda will be joining us at the cabin
I
on
think I will
360
come up there. Yeah.
on February 21st. If it's not 10 degrees outside.
Yeah, it's 10 degrees. I ain't coming.
Okay, I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
I am.
I've already got my long underwear just in case. So, guys, thank you so much, and we're back here on TikTok with Cole Hollow Paranormal. Dennis, thank you, and we'll see you soon.
My pleasure, brother. Thank you all for having me on.
Absolutely.
Check out the cabin on 360 on Facebook, TikTok, TCO360.com to hit the booking calendar. Find me. I'm a barrel of joy at Dennis Estlock on Facebook. Thank you all so much.
And we'll see you Thursday night, 9 o'clock. Same freaking awesome time.
Same freaking awesome show.
Bye, guys.
Same freaking awesome people.
Hell yeah.